The member for Melbourne has the call.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. People in Melbourne are grieving at the death of Eurydice Dixon. Melbourne's full of strong, funny women like Eurydice, and this has hit us hard. Thousands of people will be gathering at Princes Park and around the country to remember Eurydice. Many people are in mourning, many are angry, and many are both. Prime Minister, do you agree that whatever we're collectively doing as a country now to change men's behaviour, we need to do more? And will you support increasing efforts to change men's behaviour so that everyone in this country feels safe?
The Prime Minister has the call.
Yeah, thank you, Mr Speaker. I thank the honourable member for that question. Our hearts go out to Eurydice's family. Our prayers, our sympathy, our love are with them as they grieve her loss. Women must be safe everywhere, on the street, walking through a park, in their homes, at work. We need to ensure that we have a culture of respect for women. Not all disrespect of women ends up in violence against women, but that's where all violence against women begins. And so ensuring that we start from the very start, ensuring that our sons and grandsons respect the women in their lives is vitally important. We all, as parents and grandparents, have a duty to do that. And also we have a very profound duty to ensure that our public places, our streets, our parks are safe places in which to work and walk. And I know that we are all united in this here. This is not a partisan issue. But, you know, when we sit down with states and local government and work through our city plans and city deals, a key part of that is ensuring that we have an environment that is safe. And as my wife Lucy often says in her capacity as Chief Commissioner of the Greater Sydney Commission, a measure of the livability of a city is whether women are safe to walk wherever, and that has got to be another vital priority. This is a heartbreaking tragedy. But what we must do as we grieve is ensure that we change the hearts of men to respect women. We start with the youngest men, little boys, our sons and grandsons, which make sure that they respect their mothers and their sisters and all the women in their lives. As grown men, we must lead by example and treat women with respect, and we must ensure that our cities, our towns, our country, everywhere is safe for every Australian to walk and work, whether it's a park, whether it's a workplace, whether it is in their own home. That is our commitment. I thank the honourable member for the question, and I believe, Mr Speaker, that I speak for every honourable member in saying we must never, ever, ever tolerate violence against women. Eurydice Dixon, we mourn her loss, we grieve with her family, and we say never again.
The Leader of the Opposition on indulgence.
I might briefly just associate the opposition with the Prime Minister's remarks. As a Melburnian, when we heard the news that this dreadful murder had happened at Princes Park, I felt the same shock that millions of other people feel for one who is familiar with this park. My own boy has trained around the very oval where they found Eurydice. It is shocking, it is futile, it was just beyond belief. Not again, I thought. Not again has a woman been killed in Melbourne or anywhere in Australia to that end. Women in Australia have the right to freedom of movement. It is not the fault of women if they choose to walk home from transport to their house. All of this violence is ultimately preventable, and we need to tackle the enablers of violence. We need to change the attitudes of men, and we should commit ourselves here that nothing is off limits to prevent violence against women or indeed any Australian.